Alex Morgan checked the time again, even though they knew it was running late. The small shuttle hummed softly beneath their hands, the low vibration somehow comforting. Today was important. The job interview at NovaCorp Industries could change everything. After months of applications, tests, and waiting, Alex finally had a real chance at a position that could launch their career into the stars. The shuttle's control panel blinked softly, displaying weather updates. Varian 9 conditions, clear, it reported. Alex sighed with relief. The icy planet had a reputation for sudden storms, but the forecast looked fine. Packing extra thermal gear was precautionary. Better safe than sorry, Alex muttered. The shuttle's engines roared as it lifted off from the spaceport, gliding smoothly over the snow-covered plains of Varian 9. The horizon stretched endlessly, frozen mountains standing like silent sentinels. It was beautiful in its own harsh way, but Alex had no time to admire it. They kept their eyes on the path ahead, fingers tapping rhythmically on the control panel. Half an hour into the journey, a sharp alert sounded. Weather anomaly detected. Blizzard approaching in 15 minutes. Alex frowned. The sky, which had seemed calm moments ago, darkened quickly. Winds howled in the distance, stirring the snow into chaotic patterns. The shuttle rocked slightly as turbulence increased. Not now, Alex muttered. They adjusted the navigation system, trying to plot a safer route, but the storm was faster than expected. Snowflakes, or maybe tiny ice crystals, hit the shuttle's window, scratching against the reinforced glass. Visibility dropped dramatically. Then, out of the white blur, a small shape appeared, struggling against the wind. Alex squinted. It looked like a person, standing alone in the middle of the frozen plains. Alex's heart raced. The shuttle's doors were sealed, and turning back would delay the interview, possibly losing the chance of a lifetime. But there was no hesitation in their mind. I can't just leave them there, Alex said softly, almost to themselves. They maneuvered the shuttle closer, fighting against the blizzard. Each second was a battle with nature itself. Visibility was so low that Alex had to rely on the sensors, which beeped erratically as the snow interfered. Yet, even through the storm, the figure waved weakly, desperate. The shuttle touched down on a small flat area, snow crunching under the landing skids. Alex grabbed their thermal coat, gloves, and portable survival kit before opening the airlock. The cold hit like a wall, stealing the breath from their lungs. The wind tore at their coat and froze any exposed skin almost instantly. "Hello!" Alex shouted, straining to be heard. The figure stumbled, nearly falling face first into the snow. "Help! Please!" a faint voice called back. It was soft but urgent. Alex sprinted, each step a struggle against the icy wind and deep snow. Finally, they reached the person. A woman hunched over, teeth chattering, her face red from frostbite. Her clothes were torn in places, and snow clung to her hair and shoulders. "I've got you," Alex said firmly, kneeling beside her. "Can you walk?" The woman shook her head weakly. Alex looked around. There was nowhere warm nearby. The shuttle offered little protection against the blizzard if they stayed outside. Alex had to act fast. They lifted her carefully, feeling her tremble with cold. Every step back to the shuttle was a battle, snow pulling at their boots, wind threatening to knock them over. Once inside, Alex quickly set up the small heater and wrapped her in an emergency thermal blanket. "You're safe now," Alex said, though their own heart was still racing. "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done," the woman whispered, her voice weak but filled with relief. "Don't worry about that," Alex replied, trying to keep the panic from showing. "Let's get you warm first." They pulled off the woman's snow-covered outer layers, helping her into a dry jacket. The shuttle's interior slowly warmed, and the woman's shivering eased. Alex offered a small packet of food and water. She ate slowly, every bite deliberate. "My name is Ilara Voss," she said after a moment, her voice gaining strength. I was on a research expedition. The storm came out of nowhere. I thought I wouldn't make it." Alex nodded, offering a reassuring smile. "I'm Alex Morgan, and I guess we both had an unexpected adventure today." Ilara managed a weak smile, then shivered again. Alex noticed that her hands and face were still tinged blue from frostbite. They moved quickly, using the shuttle's medical kit to treat her. Bandages, warming packs, and careful attention. Alex followed the instructions step by step. "Why were you out there alone?" Alex asked as they worked. "That's dangerous." Ilara's eyes glinted, reflecting both pride and worry. "I was studying the energy formations beneath the ice, alien crystals. If I could collect a few samples, it could help stabilize the colony's energy grids. It's risky work, but someone had to do it." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Alien crystals? On Virion 9? She nodded. "Yes, rare, powerful, very unstable. One wrong step, and the whole area could collapse. The storm didn't help." Alex felt a mix of awe and concern. They had always loved science fiction and space exploration, but seeing it up close and almost in danger was different. Here was someone risking life and limb for knowledge, and Alex had been there, right in the middle of it, ready to act. The shuttle rocked again as the blizzard worsened outside. Snow beat against the reinforced windows, and visibility dropped to near zero. Alex kept an eye on the weather panel, hoping the storm would pass quickly. They couldn't just sit and wait. It was too dangerous to leave Ilara in the shuttle without proper care. "I can't stay here forever," Ilara said, her voice strained. "I have to finish the research, the samples. They're important." Alex shook their head. "Not until you're safe. That's priority number 1. Minutes turned into an hour. Alex and Ilara worked together to stabilize her condition, sharing stories to keep their minds off the cold. Alex learned that she had spent years studying energy anomalies on distant planets, often alone. Her dedication was inspiring and terrifying. Finally, the storm outside began to ease. The wind dropped to a dull roar, and snowflakes fell gently like frozen feathers. Alex let out a breath they hadn't realized they were holding. "You saved my life," Ilara said quietly, looking at Alex with genuine gratitude. "How can I ever thank you?" Alex smiled, shrugging. "Just stay safe. That's enough." Ilara studied Alex for a long moment, then nodded. "I will, and maybe one day I can repay you properly. I don't know how yet, but I will." Alex didn't respond immediately. They weren't expecting anything in return. Helping someone in need felt right. It was a simple human act, but in a universe that often valued technology, power, and efficiency above all else, it reminded Alex that courage and compassion still mattered. As the shuttle prepared to lift off again, Alex helped Ilara secure herself. They looked out over the frozen plains, now calm and silent, the sun beginning to peek through gray clouds. The icy world of Virion 9 was beautiful, harsh, and unpredictable, just like the journey ahead. Alex adjusted the controls, plotting the safest course back to the colony. Their hearts still raced, adrenaline lingering, but a sense of satisfaction settled in. They had faced danger, made a choice, and helped someone in need. It was a small victory, but meaningful. "Ready to go?" Alex asked, glancing at Ilara. She nodded, a determined sparkle in her eyes. "Let's finish this journey. There's work to do, and I have a feeling things are going to get interesting from here." The shuttle rose, cutting through the thinning snow, carrying them both toward unknown challenges. Neither of them knew what awaited on the other side, but one thing was certain. In the heart of the storm, human courage had prevailed. The shuttle hummed steadily as it glided over the frozen plains of Varion 9. Outside, the blizzard had eased into a gentle snowfall, but inside, the air was tense. Ilara Voss, wrapped tightly in the emergency thermal blanket, sat silently, her eyes fixed on the snow-covered horizon. Alex kept one hand on the control panel and the other occasionally checking the shuttle's temperature systems. Every beep, every vibration felt magnified in the quiet after the storm. "You know," Ilara said finally, her voice weak but gaining strength, "I wasn't expecting anyone to find me. I thought the storm would take me completely." She shivered slightly despite the warmth inside. Alex glanced at her. "You're alive now. That's what matters. You'll be okay." Ilara's lips curved into a faint smile. "You didn't have to risk yourself. The storm was dangerous. You could have just flown away." "I couldn't do that," Alex replied simply. "Someone needed help, that's all." There was a pause as both of them stared out the window. The icy plains stretched endlessly, broken only by jagged mountain peaks and frozen riverbeds. Varian 9 was beautiful in a harsh, unforgiving way, but it had a way of reminding travelers just how small and fragile they were. Alex decided they needed to find a more secure shelter before nightfall. Even though the shuttle offered temporary safety, it was not equipped for long-term survival in a blizzard-prone zone. They consulted the shuttle's maps and spotted a small cave network a few kilometers away. "There's a shelter not far from here," Alex said. "We can make it before the night sets in." Ilara nodded. "I can walk, but slowly. The frostbite in my hands is still bad." Alex grabbed the portable survival kit, which contained climbing ropes, a thermal tent, and a compact heating device. They helped Ilara carefully out of the shuttle. The cold outside was sharper now, cutting through the thermal layers like a blade. Each step was laborious, the snow crunching under heavy boots. "Hold my hand," Alex said. "It'll help you keep balance." Ilara did, and together they moved toward the cave network. The journey was slow. Gusts of wind pushed against them, and the snow-covered ground made every step uncertain. Yet, Alex's determination never wavered. Each time Ilara stumbled, Alex steadied her, offering words of encouragement. "You're stronger than you think," Alex said, breath visible in the frigid air. "Just a little further." Finally, after nearly an hour, they reached the cave entrance. It was hidden behind a ridge, almost invisible under layers of ice and snow. Alex set up the thermal tent inside the cave and connected the heating device. The warmth spread quickly, melting the ice slightly on the floor and creating a small pool of safe, dry ground. Ilara sank onto the floor, relief washing over her face. "Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you," she said softly. Alex shrugged. "You don't need to thank me. We both know it could have ended badly." They worked together to unpack the rest of the survival kit. Alex set up small lights powered by compact solar cells, while Ilara inspected the cave for hazards. The walls were stable, and there were no signs of predators, though the planet had them in abundance. "I've been on Varion 9 for months," Ilara said as she examined a rock wall. "I've studied energy formations beneath the ice, but I've never faced a storm like that. It came so fast. It was like the planet itself was angry." Alex nodded. "I've read about these blizzards, sudden, violent, and often unpredictable, but I didn't think I'd experience one myself." Ilara's eyes lit up with curiosity, a spark that reminded Alex why she had survived this long alone. "It's part of the challenge," she said. "Varion 9 doesn't forgive mistakes, but it teaches those who survive." Alex smiled faintly. "I guess we're both learning something today." They spent the next hour tending to Ilara's frostbite and fatigue. Alex used warming packs and gentle massage techniques to restore circulation in her hands and feet. Every step required patience and care. One wrong movement could make things worse. Ilara grimaced occasionally, but trusted Alex completely. "I can feel it already," Ilara said finally, flexing her fingers. "Not perfect, but better than before. You're good at this." "I've had practice in survival scenarios," Alex admitted. "An instinct. Sometimes you just know what to do." Once Ilara was stable, they shared a small meal from the shuttle's emergency supplies. Freeze-dried food, rehydrated with warm water, tasted surprisingly good in the harsh environment. They talked quietly as they ate, sharing stories to keep their minds occupied. Alex learned that Ilara had been working on a top-secret research project, alien energy crystals beneath the ice, capable of powering entire colonies. "I wasn't supposed to be found," Ilara said after a moment, staring into the flickering light of the heating device. "The data I collect is valuable. Maybe too valuable. That's why I usually work alone. But I guess fate had other plans." Alex tilted their head. "Fate, or luck, maybe a bit of both. But what matters is you're safe now." Ilara smiled faintly. "You have a good heart. Not many people would risk themselves like that." Alex looked away, embarrassed. "I didn't think about it like that. I just did what felt right." Outside, the storm's echoes lingered, gusts brushing against the cave entrance. The snow shimmered faintly under the pale light of Varion 9's twin moons. Alex and Ilara sat together in quiet companionship, two strangers brought together by chance and by courage. Hours passed. The cave became their temporary refuge, a place where the frozen planet outside could not reach them. Alex helped Ilara make a sleeping arrangement with the thermal tent, ensuring her warmth through the night. They set up a small perimeter using motion sensors from the shuttle to alert them to any unexpected visitors or dangers outside. "I can rest now," Ilara murmured, her eyes heavy. "You've done more than anyone could expect." "You need the rest more than I do," Alex replied. "Tomorrow, we need to get you back to the colony safely." Ilara nodded, closing her eyes. Alex sat nearby, alert even as exhaustion began to creep in. The cave was quiet, the storm outside reduced to a soft whisper. But Alex's mind was alive with possibilities. Who was this woman? Why was her work so important? And most of all, what dangers awaited them as they left this temporary sanctuary? Despite the questions, one truth stood clear. Human courage and instinct had carried them through the storm. One decision, to help another, had changed the course of the day. It was a reminder that no technology, no shield, no predictive system could replace the quick thinking and empathy of a human being. As the night deepened, Alex glanced at Ilara, her breathing steady in sleep. The small cave, warmed by their shared efforts, felt like a fortress against the world. And in that moment, Alex realized something profound. The galaxy was vast and dangerous, but humanity's heart could shine brightest in the darkest moments. The stars outside twinkled faintly, distant and cold, but inside the cave there was warmth, safety, and hope. Alex allowed themselves a brief smile, knowing that the real journey was just beginning, and that together they could face whatever Varion 9 or the universe would throw at them. Tomorrow, the storm would be behind them, but new challenges awaited. For now, in the quiet of the cave, two strangers had survived, connected by a shared ordeal and ready for whatever came next. Morning came slowly on Varion 9. The cave was bathed in a pale, icy light from the twin suns peeking over the frozen mountains. Alex stirred first, stretching and rubbing the sleep from their eyes. The small heater hummed quietly, keeping the cave at a tolerable warmth. Outside, the wind whispered softly, and snow glimmered like tiny diamonds on the jagged ice. Ilara was already awake, sitting against the rock wall, rubbing her hands together. Her eyes, still tired but sharper than the day before, focused on Alex. "Morning," she said softly. "I slept better than I expected." Alex offered a small smile. "Good. You need your strength. Today we get you back to the colony." Alara nodded, but there was a hint of hesitation in her expression. "Alex, I've been thinking about yesterday. About you saving me." Alex shrugged. "You're alive. That's enough, thanks." Alara shook her head. "No, it's more than that. What you did, it's not just bravery. It's rare. People don't risk themselves for strangers these days. I need to find a way to repay you." Alex felt a little awkward. "Honestly, I don't need repayment. It's just the right thing to do." Alara's eyes gleamed with a strange mixture of admiration and thoughtfulness. "Perhaps, but you deserve more than words. There's something I've been working on, something no one else knows about. If I offer it to you, would you accept?" Alex leaned back, curious. "What is it?" Alara's gaze fell for a moment as if she were weighing her words carefully. Then she looked up, determination in her eyes. "It's a project I've been leading in secret, a prototype AI that can enhance human intelligence and problem-solving abilities. The research could change the way humans interact with technology and even help humanity expand into the galaxy faster. But it's classified. Only a few people know about it." Alex's heart skipped a beat. "That sounds incredible, but dangerous. Why tell me?" "Because you proved yourself," Alara replied. "Your quick thinking, your courage, your empathy, those qualities aren't easy to find. The AI is complex and sensitive. I need someone who can understand both technology and human values to help me develop it safely." Alex hesitated. The opportunity was beyond imagination. Working with alien energy crystals and advanced AI could change their life forever. But there was risk. "And what if I fail?" Alex asked quietly. Alara smiled faintly. "Then we fail together. But I don't think you will. You've already shown your instincts work in life and death situations. That counts for a lot." The words sank in. Alex realized that this wasn't just about gratitude. It was a vote of confidence, a recognition of human capability. "All right," Alex said finally. "I'll help." Alara's smile widened. "Good. We'll need to return to my lab first. It's a few hours from here and the terrain is tricky, but we can manage." They packed up the cave, Alex carefully checking every piece of survival gear. The shuttle was left safely hidden behind the ridge, ready if they needed it for emergencies. Outside, the snow was soft and glimmering, the blizzard a fading memory. They set out, Alex leading the way, helping Alara across the frozen plains. The journey was challenging. Varion 9's icy terrain was unforgiving, and even small missteps could mean serious injury. Alex's confidence and experience made the difference. They found safe paths through deep snow and unstable ice. Alara, still recovering from frostbite, leaned on Alex's guidance, slowly regaining strength. "So, these alien crystals," Alex said cautiously, breaking the silence. "What exactly do they do?" Alara's eyes lit up, excitement returning to her voice. "They store energy in ways we can barely imagine. Some are unstable but controlled correctly. They can power colonies, starships, and even AI networks. The potential is enormous, but if mishandled, disaster." Alex nodded, impressed. "That explains why you were working alone. Dangerous research." "Yes," Alara admitted. "But necessary. Humanity needs resources, energy, and innovation to survive in the galaxy. Sometimes the risk is worth it." As they continued, the terrain grew more treacherous. Deep crevices appeared, hidden by snowdrifts. Alex carefully tested each step, guiding Alara around dangerous zones. The partnership between them strengthened with every challenge. They were learning to rely on each other, blending courage, intelligence, and human intuition in ways neither had expected. Eventually, they reached a high plateau overlooking a distant valley. At the center, a series of sleek buildings glimmered in the morning light. The secret lab. It was futuristic, yet perfectly adapted to Varian 9's icy climate. The doors opened automatically as they approached, revealing a clean, high-tech interior with tools, screens, and containment units for the crystals. Ilara moved quickly, confident in her environment. "Welcome to my lab," she said, pride evident in her voice. "This is where the real work begins." Alex looked around, awestruck. The lab was unlike anything they had ever seen. Crystals floated safely in containment fields, AI terminals blinked with coded intelligence, and monitors displayed data streams from remote sensors across the planet. It was a place where knowledge, technology, and human ambition converged. "You've done amazing work," Alex said quietly. "But why keep it secret?" Ilara sighed. "There are factions who would misuse this technology. Corporations, rogue scientists, even some governments. If they gained control of these crystals or the AI, it could destabilize entire colonies. I have to protect it until we're ready to share it responsibly." Alex nodded. "I understand, and I'll help." For the next few hours, Ilara guided Alex through the lab, explaining the AI prototype, its capabilities, and the delicate balance needed to control the alien crystals. Alex listened carefully, asking questions and absorbing as much as possible. It was a lot to take in, but their mind worked quickly, connecting patterns, noticing risks, and thinking of solutions. "You learn fast," Ilara noted, clearly impressed. "Most people would struggle just to understand the basic principles. But you think like a human and like an engineer at the same time. That combination is rare." Alex smiled, feeling a sense of pride but also responsibility. "I want to do this right. I don't want anyone to get hurt." "Good," Ilara said. "That's exactly why I chose you. Humanity needs more people like you, people who act with courage, intelligence, and care." The afternoon passed in a blur of data streams, AI interfaces, and energy crystal simulations. Alex quickly realized that no amount of theory could replace human intuition. The AI responded to their input in ways that only a human mind could guide, adapting, learning, and problem-solving. It was exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. As evening fell, the lab's lighting shifted to soft, warm tones. Outside, the snow-covered mountains glowed under the twin moons. Ilara turned to Alex. "You've done more than I expected today. You didn't just help me survive, you've shown that humans can adapt, think, and thrive even when technology alone isn't enough." Alex felt a warm pride in their chest. "It's kind of amazing. I never thought saving someone in a storm would lead to all this." Ilara smiled, placing a hand on a console. "Sometimes, small acts of courage lead to the biggest changes. And today, you've proven that humans are more than capable of facing challenges that seem impossible. That's why I want you here, not just as a helper, but as a partner." Alex's mind raced. Partner. Not just an employee, not just a participant in research, but a partner in something that could change the galaxy. The weight of the opportunity was immense, but so was the trust Ilara had placed in them. I accept," Alex said finally. "I'll do whatever it takes to help." Ilara's eyes sparkled with approval. "Good. Tomorrow we start the field work. There's a new energy formation in the Northern Valley. We need to study it, secure it, and ensure the AI can manage its energy safely. It won't be easy, but I have no doubt you're ready." Alex looked out the lab's large observation window, staring at the icy expanse. The frozen world of Varian 9 was no longer just a threat. It was an opportunity, a proving ground for human courage, ingenuity, and perseverance. As the first night in the lab drew on, Alex lay on the small cot prepared for them, staring at the ceiling. The events of the past day, rescuing Alara, surviving the storm, arriving at this incredible lab, felt almost unreal. And yet the sense of purpose was undeniable. For the first time, they were part of something bigger than themselves, a chance to make a mark in a universe full of challenges. Tomorrow the adventure would continue, but tonight, Alex allowed themselves a moment of reflection. They had acted with courage, compassion, and intelligence. And in return, the universe had given them a chance to shine, to show that humanity's heart and mind could still make a difference. Outside, the icy wind whispered softly through the mountains, carrying the promise of discovery, danger, and triumph. Inside, two humans, Alex and Alara, sat on the edge of a new beginning, ready to face whatever came next. The next morning, the lab was alive with activity. Alex woke to the hum of equipment and the soft glow of the alien energy crystals embedded in containment fields throughout the room. Alara was already at a console, studying readings from the Northern Valley. "Good morning," she said without turning around. "We need to leave soon. The energy formation we discovered yesterday is unstable. If we don't study it quickly, we could lose the chance to stabilize it safely." Alex packed their gear: thermal clothing, climbing equipment, portable sensors, and a small toolkit. The AI interface in the lab's main console displayed real-time predictions of environmental changes, crystal activity, and energy flux. It was sophisticated, but as Alara had said, it was sensitive, requiring careful human input to avoid mistakes. They stepped outside, and the cold hit immediately. Varion 9 was beautiful, yet unforgiving. Snow sparkled under the twin suns, but hidden dangers lurked in the icy terrain: crevices, unstable ground, and sudden gusts that could knock someone off balance. Alex led the way, checking every step carefully. Alara followed, scanning the terrain with her instruments. "I've been to this valley before," she said, "but never with someone else. It's reassuring to have backup." Alex smiled. "Backup is good. Two minds see more than one." As they reached the valley, the scale of the energy formation became clear. Crystals jutted from the ice like jagged towers, glowing faintly with internal energy. The field around them shimmered, sending soft pulses through the snow. Alex felt the power in the air, a subtle vibration underfoot. "These are incredible," Alex murmured. "How do you control them without triggering an overload?" Alara pointed to a series of floating sensors linked to the lab's AI. "That's where the AI comes in. It monitors energy spikes, predicts instability, and suggests containment adjustments. But it can't think creatively. It can only follow rules. That's where you come in." Alex frowned, examining the readings. "You want me to guide the AI?" "Exactly," Alara replied. "The AI is powerful, but it needs human intuition. You'll analyze conditions, decide on adjustments, and teach the AI when something unusual happens. Humans can see patterns machines can't. That's our advantage." They set up temporary containment nodes around the energy field. The crystals pulsed faster as they worked, reacting to temperature changes, wind, and the sensors themselves. Alex adjusted a node, watching the AI respond instantly to maintain balance. Suddenly, a sharp vibration ran through the ice beneath them. Alex froze. "Did you feel that?" Ilara's eyes narrowed. "Yes. The crystals are reacting to an underground shift. We need to stabilize it. Now." Alex analyzed the readings. The AI suggested one action, but instinct told Alex it wasn't enough. Trusting their judgment, Alex overrode the AI and recalibrated the containment nodes manually. The crystals pulsed violently, light flaring as the energy stabilized gradually. Alara's eyes widened in surprise. You did it! That would have overloaded the system if you had waited for the AI. Alex exhaled, adrenaline still racing. Sometimes machines aren't fast enough. You have to trust instinct. The rest of the day passed in a series of challenges. Crystal clusters reacted unpredictably, and wind gusts threatened to dislodge sensors. Alex guided the AI with careful decisions, combining technical skill with human intuition. Each time the field shifted, Alex anticipated the change, keeping the crystals stable while teaching the AI to adapt. By late afternoon, they had managed to secure the entire formation. The valley was calm once more, the crystals glowing steadily without erratic pulses. Ilara inspected the sensors and nodded approvingly. You've exceeded expectations. The AI is learning from you. It's adapting faster than I've ever seen. Alex felt a rush of pride, tempered with humility. I'm just doing what humans do best: think, adapt, and problem solve. Ilara smiled. And that's why humanity still matters. In a universe of machines, we're the ones who can improvise, innovate, and make the tough calls. Humans are irreplaceable. The glow from the crystals bathed them in light as the twin suns set. Alex and Ilara packed up the equipment and prepared to return to the lab. The journey back was slower, the terrain was uneven, and the temperature dropped sharply as night approached. Alex used portable lights to guide the way, while Ilara monitored energy readings from a handheld device. Suddenly, a faint alarm from the AI console beeped. Alex and Ilara stopped. The sensors detected unusual energy activity in a nearby ridge. It wasn't part of the northern formation. Could it be another crystal cluster? Alex asked, frowning. Ilara's face turned serious. Possibly, or something else. We need to investigate. Carefully. They approached the ridge cautiously. The AI's interface highlighted fluctuating energy readings. As they got closer, Alex noticed unusual patterns in the ice, fractures, glowing veins of energy, and subtle tremors beneath their feet. This is unexpected, Alex muttered. The energy is different from the northern formation. Ilara nodded, examining her instruments. Yes, it's unstable, but it could be another resource, or a hazard. Either way, we need to contain it. Working together, they deployed temporary containment fields. Alex analyzed data streams while Ilara fine-tuned sensor calibrations. The crystals reacted violently at first, threatening to overload the AI's predictions. But Alex remained calm, using instinct to anticipate the energy's behavior. Shift the node slightly, 10 degrees clockwise, Alex instructed. The AI executed the adjustment, and the crystals pulsed steadily, then calmed. Ilara looked at Alex with admiration. Your intuition, it saved us again. Machines can't do this alone. Only humans could. Alex smiled, a quiet satisfaction in their chest. We're proving something important, that even with advanced technology, humans still have an edge. We think, we adapt, we feel consequences. They spent the next hour stabilizing the ridge crystals. Each adjustment was a delicate balance of instinct, logic, and creativity. By the time the twin moons hung high in the sky, the energy readings were stable. Ilara turned to Alex, her eyes reflecting the soft glow of the crystals. You've done more than I could have imagined. The AI is learning from you, but it's also learning about human judgment, decision-making, and risk assessment. You're helping create a bridge between humans and technology. Alex felt a quiet pride. I'm just doing what humans do naturally, but it feels good to see it matter. Ilara smiled warmly. It matters more than you know. The galaxy is changing, and humans will need to show ingenuity, courage, and empathy to survive. You're proving that we're not just passengers in a technological universe, we're leaders. As they packed up for the return journey, Alex thought about the past few days. The blizzard, the rescue, the lab, and now this. Each challenge had tested them, yet humans had triumphed through intuition, courage, and teamwork. They weren't the fastest, the strongest, or the most advanced beings in the universe, but they had something machines could never replicate: human ingenuity and heart. The trek back to the lab was quiet, both of them reflecting on their achievements. Varion 9's icy plains stretched endlessly around them, cold and beautiful. But Alex no longer felt small or fragile. They felt capable, alive, and ready for the next challenge. Back in the lab, Ilara set up temporary containment for both formations. Alex reviewed the data, noting how the AI had adapted to each of their adjustments. Machines were learning, but so were humans in ways that mattered. "You're ready for more than this," Ilara said quietly, looking at Alex. "Soon we'll begin field tests across multiple valleys. The stakes will be higher, the risks greater. But if anyone can handle it, it's you." Alex smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility and the thrill of possibility. "Then let's do it, together." Outside, the twin moons shone over the frozen landscape. Inside, Alex and Ilara prepared for the next day, knowing that humanity's heart, mind, and courage would continue to make a difference. For Alex, the lesson was clear. Even in a universe of advanced technology and alien mysteries, humans still had the power to adapt, survive, and lead. And the adventure was far from over. The morning sun rose pale and cold over Varion 9, glinting off the ice and casting long shadows across the frozen valleys. Alex Morgan stood at the edge of the lab's observation deck, staring at the northern formation and the ridge crystals they had stabilized yesterday. The work had been exhausting, but the results were undeniable. The AI prototype was adapting faster than ever, learning from Alex's human intuition and guidance. Ilara Voss approached quietly. "The field tests start today. We'll integrate both crystal formations with the AI's energy control systems and monitor them in real time. This is the moment where theory meets practice." Alex nodded. "Let's make it work." They prepared their equipment, double-checking containment nodes, energy sensors, and environmental monitors. Every device, every connection, had to be perfect. One small mistake could destabilize the formations and trigger dangerous energy surges. As they stepped outside, the frozen world felt alive with potential. The twin suns reflected off the crystals, sending shards of light across the valley. Alex adjusted the portable nodes while Ilara set up the AI interface. "Remember," Ilara said, "the AI can process data faster than we can, but it cannot improvise. Your role is crucial. Observe, anticipate, and guide. Humans still have the edge where creativity and judgment matter." Alex felt the weight of her words, but it wasn't fear. It was determination. They had trained, adapted, and survived every challenge Varion 9 had thrown at them. Now it was time to prove that human courage and intelligence could lead the way in a universe dominated by machines and technology. The first test began with a minor surge in the northern crystal formation. The AI instantly detected it and suggested a containment adjustment. Alex observed the sensors carefully, noticing subtle shifts the AI had not accounted for. Trusting instinct, Alex adjusted a node differently. The crystal pulsed, threatening instability, but gradually returned to balance. Ilara's eyes widened. "You did it again. The AI learned from your adjustment. It's adapting based on human insight." Alex nodded, heart racing. "Machines can't think like we do. They need us to guide them, to anticipate the unexpected." The day progressed with increasing challenges. Energy spikes, sudden wind gusts, and unpredictable interactions between the two crystal formations tested every ounce of skill and intuition. Yet Alex remained calm, methodical, and focused. Each adjustment taught the AI more about human judgment, how to adapt when conditions changed, how to balance risk with caution, and how to respond creatively when nothing in its database could predict the outcome. By afternoon, the formations were fully stabilized. Both the northern and ridge clusters pulsed steadily, energy flowing smoothly between them under the AI's management, guided by Alex's human decisions. It was a moment of triumph, the culmination of courage, intellect, and teamwork. Ilara stepped back, her expression a mix of awe and pride. "Alex, this is incredible. The AI is stable, the crystals are controlled, and the data we've collected will revolutionize energy management across colonies. And it's all because you trusted your instincts." Alex allowed themselves a small smile. "It wasn't just me. It was teamwork, and a little bit of human stubbornness." Ilara laughed softly. "Yes, stubbornness is sometimes our greatest tool, but there's something more. You've proven something vital today. Humans still matter. In a galaxy full of machines, our ingenuity, adaptability, and courage are irreplaceable." As they packed up the field equipment, the radio crackled to life. A voice from NovaCorp Industries came through. "Alex Morgan, your performance has been noted. Your role in stabilizing alien energy formations and assisting in advanced AI integration is being reviewed for recognition and further opportunities. We may have a position waiting that is unlike any other." Alex exchanged a glance with Ilara, astonished. "They know?" Ilara smiled knowingly. "The story of what you've done is spreading. Courage and intelligence travel fast when people notice. You're making a name for humanity itself." Back in the lab, Alex and Ilara reviewed the day's data. Every spike, pulse, and fluctuation had been recorded, analyzed, and integrated into the AI's learning algorithms. Alex's input had not only stabilized the crystals, but also taught the AI how to think like a human, to anticipate, adapt, and make decisions beyond its programmed parameters. "This will change everything," Alex said quietly. "Not just energy control, but how humans and AI can work together. Safely." Ilara nodded. "Exactly. And it's proof that technology alone isn't enough. Humans need to lead, to guide, and to act with judgment. You've shown that clearly today." Evening fell over the icy landscape, painting the mountains in hues of orange and purple. Alex and Ilara stepped outside, taking a moment to appreciate the frozen world they had tamed, if only for now. The crystals glowed softly, a reminder of both the danger and the potential they contained. "You've earned more than recognition," Ilara said softly. "You've earned a partnership, Alex. Together we can expand this research, ensure colonies have safe energy, and guide AI development responsibly. Humanity's future depends on choices like yours." Alex felt a surge of pride and purpose. "I accept. Let's do it. Let's show what humans can achieve when we combine courage, creativity, and technology." The days that followed were filled with rigorous testing and refinement. Alex guided the AI through increasingly complex scenarios, teaching it to stabilize multiple crystal formations across different terrains and conditions. Each challenge reinforced the same lesson. Human ingenuity remained the greatest asset in a universe of machines. News of their success reached the wider galaxy. Colonies praised the innovation, corporations recognized the human skill involved, and young engineers and scientists looked up to Alex and Ilara as examples of courage, intelligence, and perseverance. One evening, as Alex walked across the lab's observation deck, they reflected on the journey. Just a few days ago, they had been rushing to a job interview, caught in a blizzard, and rescuing a stranger who became their mentor and partner. Now they were at the forefront of a breakthrough that could change interstellar civilization. Ilara approached, holding 2 cups of hot liquid. "To human ingenuity," she said, handing one to Alex. "To human courage," Alex replied, clinking their cup gently against hers. They sipped in silence, the soft hum of equipment and the glow of the crystals surrounding them. Alex thought about the moments that had led here, the storm, the rescue, the trust, and the risk. It had all been worth it. Every instinct, every decision had proven that humans were capable of incredible things. As night fully settled, the twin moons reflected off the ice. The valley glimmered with energy, stable and serene. Alex realized that their actions, small at first, like helping someone in a blizzard, had rippled outward, creating change and opportunity. One choice had led to another, and now they were part of something monumental. Ilara smiled, noticing Alex's thoughtful expression. You've changed more than the AI and the energy formations. You've reminded everyone, humanity, including me, that we still have the power to lead, to create, and to thrive. Alex felt a quiet satisfaction. I guess it started with helping someone survive. Who knew a storm could lead to all this? Ilara laughed softly. Sometimes the smallest acts of courage have the greatest impact. Today, you've proven that humans with heart and mind combined can shape the galaxy's future. And so, as the lab hummed quietly with energy and life, Alex realized the truth of Ilara's words. Humanity's future was not just in technology, not just in AI or alien energy. It was in courage, creativity, empathy, and the instinct to act when it mattered most. Alex Morgan had faced the storm, rescued a life, and now helped guide the future of an entire galaxy. And in that moment, one thing was clear. Humans still had the power to shine brightest when it mattered most. The galaxy was vast, full of unknowns, dangers, and wonders. But Alex and Ilara, working together, had proven that humans could face it all. With courage, intelligence, and heart, they could not only survive, they could lead. As the night deepened over Varian 9, the crystals pulsed steadily, the AI hummed softly, and humanity's spirit glimmered brighter than ever. The adventure was far from over, but for Alex, this was a triumph, a moment of proof that humans were capable of incredible things, and the universe had noticed.